so? You haven't jumped yet. I'm the one who should. Nah.
That's for the good and the bad if you leave. What you'll find is...
If you were the mother of these two children, could you really treat them both exactly the same? Their father passed away when the brothers were still young. Their mother never remarried, raising them both all on her own. Because the older brother was born with a cleft lip, their mother poured all her love and devotion into him. Watching this, the younger brother harbored an unspeakable bitterness, even questioning if he was truly her biological son. The family was already struggling financially, yet the mother spent all their savings on the brother's reconstructive surgery. Resentful of the unfairness, the younger brother finally confronted her.
Please, stay safe. Everyone. Customs clearance is moving a bit slowly.
From then on, he took out all his frustration on his older brother, bullying him at every possible opportunity. Time flew by and both brothers entered high school. The younger brother was a notorious delinquent, doing nothing but getting into fights, while the older brother was the school's star student. Even after 10 years, the mother still doted heavily on the older brother. She bought him brand-name clothes while the younger brother got only hand-me-downs. Even the meals she prepared seemed to hide the secrets of her favoritism. To prove his mother's bias, the younger brother snatched his brother's lunchbox and opened it right in front of him.
It's over. It's all over. Well, look at this.
Despite her favoritism being exposed, the mother showed no remorse. While waiting for a bus one day, the younger brother was instantly captivated by a girl. Fate has a cruel sense of humor. The girl the younger brother fell for had already captured the older brother's heart months ago. Takes the same bus as the girl almost every day. Yet, due to his birth defect, he never dares to approach her, watching over her in silence. He keeps his feelings buried deep inside. After learning the girl is in the literature club, the younger brother joins without a second thought. He gives it his all during speeches on stage just to catch her eye. The sight of her reciting poetry on stage leaves him completely spellbound. He vows to himself that he will win her heart. They say the power of love is immense. The younger brother, who always hated studying, actually begins learning to write poetry. But only then does he realize that his handwriting is an illegible mess. In desperation, he swallows his pride and asks his brother for help. To his surprise, his brother claims he has never studied poetry and can offer no help. It seems he is on his own. But unbeknownst to him, in the moments they spent together, the older brother had already sketched the girl's portrait on paper. One day, as the brothers are about to head home, the girl suddenly calls out to the younger brother and pulls an invitation from her bag.
This packet doesn't taste very good.
You should go right now. A wave of despondency washes over the older brother. The younger brother, however, is overjoyed to be invited by his goddess. But his handwriting is truly unsightly, and he fails to produce even a few lines by the next morning. So he reaches for his brother's sketchbook to find some inspiration. The brother, who claimed he couldn't write poetry, had filled the sketchbook with poems that leave him in awe. But as he flips through the pages, he stumbles upon the girl's portrait. In that moment, it finally dawns on him. His brother is also in love with this girl. Out of spite toward his brother, he tears a poem from the sketchbook. He took it to the literature club and read it aloud in front of the girl.
See Ronaldo on a motorcycle, Smider, because the soft candy heart will never die. Don't make the soft heart look at his badge. I'll give you a heart. Good lecture on soft-hearted, stinky tofu. Don't worry, that's just the kind of person he is. Where is Tang Sen? Let's play Look Xiang Lady together. A sad man is 5 centimeters away.
The girl was instantly moved by the younger brother's talent, and little did she know that it was actually the older brother's literary flair she had fallen for. The younger brother even gave her the poem as she gazed at the portrait of herself. She slowly leaned her head on his shoulder, and just like that, the younger brother successfully won her over using his brother's verses. This intimate scene was witnessed by the older brother as he happened to pass by. He didn't interrupt but simply turned and walked away in dejection. He knew in his heart that because of his birth defect, the girl would never truly give him a second look. Upon returning home, he discovered a page was missing from his sketchbook. Knowing his brother had torn it out, he was overwhelmed with grievance. With no way to vent his pain, he began tearing the album apart page by page, desperate to shred every memory of the girl. When the oblivious younger brother returned home, he acted as usual, asking his brother to fix him a late-night snack. But the brother, who had always pampered him, refused without hesitation this time. Looking at the shredded sketchbook on the table, the younger brother finally understood why his brother was angry. The older brother looked at a childhood photo of them. Two inseparable brothers had fallen for the same girl. Because of their mother's years of favoritism, he felt he owed his brother too much. For the sake of their bond, he ultimately chose to sacrifice his own feelings and stepped aside for his brother. The younger brother also knew that the reason she liked him, it was all because of his brother's poem. If it hadn't been for that poem, he believed the girl wouldn't have looked at him twice, so that night, the younger brother broke up with her.
You are in the long run with a dog. What are you doing? My husband doesn't know.
What about the center?
To choose a job that is good for man. That's a good idea. She's not a bird. The cookies might be for him. You want to buy a lot. Haven't seen you for 2 days.
In the fog.
What about the engagement?
What did Apollo give?
Early the next morning, the girl found the elder brother, saying she couldn't reach his brother and asking him to help call him out, as she had something to say. Soon the girl and the younger brother met, and she desperately tried to save the relationship, but he remained firm. She gave countless reasons, but in the end she couldn't make him change his mind. Though his words were cold, he was hurting more than anyone. After all, he truly loved her, but for the sake of their precious brotherhood, he chose to let her go. From then on, the brothers never saw the girl again. With the girl no longer between them, they went back to their old life. Later, the elder brother was admitted to Seoul National University with honors, while the younger brother failed the entrance exam. Their mother wanted him to repeat his studies and try again next year. But he was never the academic type, so how could he obediently go back to study to earn enough money to support the elder brother's education? Their mother gritted her teeth and invested all their savings into a real estate company. But plans can't keep up with reality. The developer suddenly went bankrupt. Construction on the project ground to a halt, and all the investment went down the drain. Upon learning of his mother's ordeal, the younger brother tracked down the investment firm and gave the person in charge a severe beating. Due to the severity of the assault, the younger brother faced imminent prison time, so he hurriedly called his older brother, who was far away in Seoul.
Where are you? Do it again. Start over.
Fortunately, a turning point came when it turned out the girl's brother worked at the police station. Once he learned of the situation, he stepped in to post bail for him. The girl's brother was actually the owner of a debt collection agency. Impressed by the younger brother's grit, he offered him a job at his firm and even gave him a cash advance. With the family desperate for money for his brother's tuition, the younger brother accepted. Little did he know he had already embarked on a path of no return. Upon receiving the money, the younger brother gave a portion to a neighbor, asking them to lend it to his mother in their own name to help the family through the crisis. When the older brother came home for a break, their mother prepared a feast for him. During the meal, their mother's toothache flared up, and the younger brother watched her with concern. He knew all too well that her toothache had been recurring since his brother left, as every penny went toward the brother's tuition. Her condition was neglected for too long, and she wouldn't even spend money on painkillers. She had even spent the money the younger brother provided on supplements for the older brother. The younger brother couldn't bear it anymore and finally reached his breaking point. Shortly after, he was assigned a task and went to a restaurant to collect a debt. Once inside, he discovered the debtor was none other than his own neighbor, and the neighbor's simple-minded son was his older brother's best friend. Unable to bring himself to harm the neighbors, he eventually left with his colleagues. Meanwhile, the older brother ran into an old high school classmate on the street. He learned from the classmate that his brother had dropped out of school long ago without telling their mother. That evening, when the younger brother returned home, his brother was already waiting at the door, hoping he would see the error of his ways and return to his studies. But the younger brother knew he wasn't cut out for school and couldn't bear to retake the exams. The two brothers had a heated argument. Hearing the commotion, the mother came out. Without even asking what happened, she immediately assumed the younger brother was harassing the older one. She gave the younger brother a severe scolding. Years of suppressed resentment finally exploded in the younger brother at that moment.
Girl, good, yeah, there you go. I want you to come in through the front door. Next time, okay, Grego? You haven't even jumped yet. But I did jump.
That's all I could understand. If you are left with my memories after I am gone.
That slap from his mother shattered his final bond with this family. He walked away without looking back. Later, the younger brother returned to the neighbor's house, venting all his pent-up rage on the family. The neighbor's house was trashed in an instant. Seeing his mother being bullied, her simple-minded son rushed forward, trying to protect her, only to be struck down with a bench and brutally beaten by the younger brother. His colleagues quickly pulled him back, fearing he might actually kill the boy. In the end, the neighbor handed over all the money owed to settle the matter. The beaten son was now in a state of frenzied rage. Fortunately, his mother held him tight, or he would have surely tried to take the younger brother down with him. Terrified by the scene, the two of them hurried away. After handing the money to the boss, the younger brother told him he was quitting. Hearing this, the boss not only refused to let him go, but also hurled an ashtray at him, warning him to think twice before making a move. Unaware of how ruthless his boss could be, the younger brother insisted on leaving anyway. Meanwhile, the mother finally opened up to the elder brother about what she had been hiding. In her heart for years, she never actually harbored any prejudice against the younger brother.
My boyfriend of 3 seconds to none killer boy. Sing a song. The places where we once walked.
The two of us are nothing like the others.
So can you speak a bit faster? Later, the elder brother found the younger brother, explaining their mother's true feelings while sharing his own secret burdens. Over the years, to pay for the elder brother's cleft lip and corrective surgeries, the mother had spent almost all her savings. With every surgery, the elder brother's sense of guilt only deepened. He felt his condition was incurable, and that the money should have gone to his mother's dental care, or to let his younger brother pursue what he loved. For all these years, the elder brother had lived under the weight of profound debt. Hearing his brother's words, the younger brother's resentment vanished instantly, and he finally understood their mother's painful sacrifices. She didn't mean to be partial. It was just that his brother needed that extra bit of love more than he did. With the misunderstanding resolved, the rift between the brothers completely dissipated. As the family sat down for a meal again, the mother's toothache flared up once more. The brothers vied with each other to go and buy her medicine. Seeing them so harmonious brought her a deep sense of comfort. This time, the mother asked the elder brother to go for the first time in years. She was finally treating him like anyone else by sending him on an errand. And for the first time, the younger brother felt his mother's exclusive affection and was overjoyed. Suddenly, a torrential rain broke out, and the younger brother set out with an umbrella to meet his brother. But halfway there, he was intercepted by thugs from the debt collection agency. The boss delivered a brutal beating until the younger brother could no longer fight back. The gang then left in triumph, limping home with his injuries. The younger brother spotted someone lying by the roadside. The heavy rain was relentlessly washing away the blood from the man's body. He rushed over to check, only to realize it was his brother, who hadn't returned from the pharmacy. He hurriedly propped his brother up, frantically asking what had happened. But his brother was too weak to speak as blood kept gushing from his mouth. The younger brother cried out desperately for help, but the street was deserted. Elder brother's greatest lifelong regret was never hearing his younger brother call him brother. Finally, under his brother's tearful gaze, the elder brother drew his last breath and left his family forever. The murderer was actually the neighbor's mentally challenged son. The younger brother's recent violent debt collection had driven the man to the edge. He had been lurking, waiting for an opportunity to take his revenge. That night, the elder brother happened to be wearing his younger brother's clothes to buy medicine. With his vision blurred by the rain, the neighbor mistook the elder brother for the younger one, unleashed all his pent-up hatred for the debt collector onto the brother. It was the younger brother's debt to pay, but a cruel twist of fate cost the life of the brother who loved him most. When their mother learned of her eldest son's death, she suffered a complete breakdown. She seemed to age decades overnight. The son she had cherished and protected in the palm of her hand since birth had now left her to endure the agonizing grief of a parent burying their own child. I love this story for the profound moments hidden within its subtle details. Every smile and every frown held a world of deep affection. Happiness flowed gently through the beautiful, quiet days of their lives. Over the brothers' belated roses and letters, mother shed her first tears. In the letter, the brother expressed his lingering, deep devotion to his mother, as well as his longing and the sense of guilt he felt toward his younger brother. The younger brother went to a photo studio to have his brother's photo developed. Every ounce of longing and love was frozen in that radiant photograph. The mother's favoritism, the older brother's kindness, and the younger brother's rebelliousness, this family of three was destined for conflict. Yet in this story, those conflicts never once sparked hatred. Instead, they sparked love, a love hidden deep within their hearts. Yet a love they never had the chance to voice, the two of us.